Continuing our redox reaction chapter, in that the next topic which I am going to discuss here is the electrochemical cell. Okay, so a device, what is a electrochemical cell? A device used to convert chemical energy produced in a redox reaction into electrical energy is an electrochemical cell. Okay, it is termed as an electrochemical cell. They are also called as, their other names are galvanic cell or voltaic cell, voltaic cell, named after the scientist Luigi Galvani and Alessandro Volta, who were the first to devise this experiment, okay, to convert the chemical energy into electrical energy. So, how a electrochemical cell work out here? What is the working of the electrochemical cell? So first we have to understand that what is the structure for a electrochemical cell. Okay. So the structure for electrochemical cell consists of two electrolytic containers. Okay. Two electrolytic containers will be here. These are the two electrolytic containers. In these electrolytic containers, electrodes will be present. Okay, electrode will be present here. These are the two electrodes which are present in the electrolytic container. And these two electrodes will be connected with, they will be connected with connecting wires. Okay, and these two containers will be filled, they will be filled with the electrolytes. They will be filled up with the electrolytes. So generally the electrolytes which are used here, they are depending on the type of electrolyte metal, sorry, type of the electrode metal which is been used out here. Okay, it will be depending on the type of electrode metal which is being used out here. So for, let's say I am taking electrode here as zinc electrode. I have taken the electrode here as zinc electrode and copper electrode. Okay, zinc electrode and the copper electrode. And the zinc electrode is being connected to the positive part of the battery. That is, it is anode, and the copper electrode is connected to the negative part of the battery, negative terminal of the battery. That is, it is a cathode. Okay, it is a cathode. This is the key, and here a ammeter is been attached. Now here, due to, okay, so here I have said one thing wrong, that this is anode and this is cathode. So presently we are not knowing that which is anode and which is cathode. Okay, presently we are not knowing that which is anode and which is cathode. After seeing the redox reaction or the chemical reaction here, we can represent which of the following container is containing the anode electrode and which of the following container is containing the cathode electrode. Okay, so here what will happen? The reaction will start, and the reaction will start like this. Here the electrolyte which is used out here, it can be ZnSO4, that is zinc sulfate, and here the electrolyte which is used, it is copper sulfate, that is CuSO4, and both are 1 molar. Okay, both are 1 molar electrolytes. Now they are forming a solution of 1 molar here with the water. So the reaction will start here, and the reaction here, it will be in the first container, means in the left hand side container. The reaction which is occurring out here is that the zinc solid, it is releasing one electron, it is releasing two electrons, sorry, to form zinc ion. Okay, it is releasing electron to form the zinc ions, and two electrons is been left out in this rod only, and here Zn2 plus is removing out. So these two electrons which is present here, it will start to move. Okay, it will start to move here, because due to presence of SO4 2 minus and Cu2 plus is been separated out. Okay, so Cu2 plus, it will attract the electrons from the left hand side container. As the key is closed, we will see that the electrons will be started to attract from the left hand side container, electrolytic container, to the right hand side electrolytic container, and here the flow of electron will start. Flow of electron will start, and we will see that there is a change in the reading of the ammeter. Okay, the flow of electron will start, and the change in the reading of the ammeter will start, will be observed out here. And here in the case we will see that the Cu2 plus ions, okay, the Cu2 plus ions are accepting these two electrons. In the right hand side container, the Cu2 plus ion are accepting these two electrons and are forming copper solid here, and they are getting attached, to this electrode. So slowly we will observe here that the zinc anode, okay, the zinc here, as it is forming a positive charge. Okay, here it is forming a positive charge, so it will be termed as what? It will be termed as an anode, while here in the case of copper, here SO4 2 minus has been released out. So here we will say that it is acting as a cathode, because negative charge has been released out here from the copper rod, and zinc rod is releasing plus charge. Okay, that is positive charge. So therefore we will say that it is acting as an anode. So slowly the zinc rod will start to reduce. Okay, the mass of the zinc rod will start to reduce, while the copper rod will start to increase into its thickness. Okay, slowly the thickness of the copper rod will start to increase. Okay, so this is the observation which has been seen out. But after some time, when the concentration of Zn2 plus will increase in the left hand side container, and concentration of SO4 2 minus will increase in the right hand side container, the stagnation point will occur out here, and the reaction and the flow of electron will start to decrease here, and a point will occur when the reaction will stop here. Okay, so here the direction of the current is opposite to the flow of electron, that is the current will flow from cathode to anode. conventional current will flow from cathode to anode. Okay, so here we can observe that due to the increase in concentration of the positive ion here and due to the increase in concentration of the negative ion on the right hand side container, the reaction will start to become stagnant here. Okay, and the flow of electron will start to decrease. So in order to avoid this condition, we will be using a special arrangement called as salt bridge. Okay, we will be arranging a special arrangement which is termed as salt bridge. So salt bridge is nothing other than a U-tube. Okay, it is a U-tube which is been attached here. It will be attached here. On both the containers, and in the U-tube cotton is been filled with agar. Okay, cotton which is soaked in agar, which is a jelly like structure, or some gelatins will be used in the place of agar. If agar is not used, then some gelatin will be used, and neutral salt, generally KCl or KNO3, like these neutral salts will be used there in the salt bridge. Okay, KCl, KNO3, NH4NO3, NH4NO3, and all these things will be present in the aqueous solution there. Okay, and gelatinous agar will be contained out in the cotton which is present in this U tube, and this arrangement will be termed as salt bridge. So what is the function of this salt bridge? Let's have a look on the function of this salt bridge. So here the salt bridge will connect the solution in the two half solutions and it will complete the cell circuit here. For the flow of electric current through the circuit, we know that there should be not be broken any contact throughout the circuit. As already explained, the solution of the half cell will be said that the left part of the cell or the right part of the cell. Then they will be considered as the half cell. If we are considering only the reaction in the left part of the cell, then it will be considered as the half cell. And if we are considering on the right part of the cell, then it will be also considered as the half cell. But here in the left part of the cell, oxidation is going on, so it will be termed as oxidation half cell, while in the right part we will see that in the right container the reduction is going on, so it will be termed as reduction half cell. Okay, so the contact must not be broken between these two cells, that is oxidation half cell and the reduction half cell, and for that for the unbroken connection or for the undisturbed connection maintenance, salt bridge is being used. Second, salt bridge keeps the solution in the two half cell electrically neutral. Okay, the salts such as KCl, KNO3 and NH4NO3, they will be helping out there to keep the electrolytes and keep the solution there electrically neutral. In order to understand this, let's see that ZnCuSO4 cell, okay, ZnCuSO4 cell, in the oxidation half cycle, zinc atoms lose electrons and change into Zn2 plus ions. Okay, here zinc atom is losing electron to form Zn2 plus ion here. The positively charged Zn2 plus ion pass into the solution here. Okay, the Zn2 plus ion is passing into the solution here. So after some time, this results in the accumulation of extra positive charge in the solution around the anode. Here the accumulation of Zn2 plus will increase near the electrode, and due to this reason the electrons which are being released out here, it will stop to move to the other container, but it will start to neutralize here itself with the Zn2 plus ion which are present in the solution. Similarly, the reduction half cell, in the reduction half cell, Cu2 plus ion is accepting the electrons and it is getting reduced to Cu. After some time, the solution around the cathode, it will increase. Okay, the solution around the cathode, the concentration of the SO4 2 minus charge will increase out here. Okay, the SO4 2 minus will increase out here, and due to this, the accumulation of positive charge around the zinc rod will prevent the flow of electrons here from the zinc rod to the copper. Okay, that is the reduction half cycle, reduction half cell. So to prevent this, the salt bridge has been used out here in order to maintain the neutrality here. What will happen here if I am using KCl here? Then K plus ion and Cl minus ion. Okay, the K, sorry, I have taken wrong. Here in the left hand side, Cl minus ion will be active. Okay, here Cl minus ion will be active, and here K plus ion will be active. The Cl minus ion and the K plus ion here, they will neutralize the reaction by acting with the K plus ion will be acting with the sulfate ions here, and Cl minus ion will be acting with the excess of Zn2 plus ions. And the neutrality of the solution will be remained out there. It will be maintained out there by using the salt bridge. Okay, so in this way, the salt bridge is helping the reaction in these two half cells to be continued till the whole of the electrodes are present. Okay, till the whole of the electrodes are been used up here. Okay, but in order to um avoid the stagnation of the reaction, we are using the salt bridge. Now let's see the half cell reaction. So the half cell reaction here is the ZnS Zn2 plus 2E, that is oxidation is going out here, and in the left half cell the oxidation is going out. Okay, so here we can prepare a trick to remember the reactions of the present. That is left side L, oxidation is going on. So O, anode is there in the left side container. So A, and it is having negative charge. The anode is having which kind of charge? It is possessing negative charge. So LOAN, left side of the container, oxidation is going on. The electrode there, it is anode, and the electrode is possessing negative charge here. Similarly, for the right hand side, right, that is R, then reduction is going on here. So again R, then it is a cathode here. The electrode is cathode here, C, and positive charge is that of the electrode here. So P. So it can be represented as RCRP or RRCP. Okay, RCRP or RRCP. So in order to remember here, we can use that the left hand side of the, generally the left hand side of the electrochemical cell is having the oxidation reaction, and anode is there and negative charge is there on the electrode, and the right hand side of the reaction is having the reduction half cycle, reduction half cell, and cathode is there, and the electrode here is having positive charge. So this was for the salt bridge and electrochemical cell. Now let's see how to represent the reactions. Okay, how to represent a salt bridge or the electrochemical cell. So here the representation of the electrochemical cell, here it will be oxidation is going on in the left hand side. So Zn is converting to Zn2 plus, that is oxidation is going on. The concentration here for the Zn is 1 molar, ZnSO4 is 1 molar. Then salt bridge is represented by two parallel lines. Copper 2 plus, that is copper ion, that is of 1 molar in the solution, is reducing to copper. Okay, it is reducing to copper. So this is the representation of the halves of the electrochemical cell. Here this is the oxidation part, this is the reduction part, and this is this double line, this parallel lines are showing the salt bridge. And the flow of electron here, it will be from the left hand side to the right hand side. Okay, the flow of electrons here, it will be from the left hand side to the right hand side, and the current will flow from that direction only. Okay, so here it is having minus charge at the electrode, and it is having positive charge of the electrode. Now let's talk about the electrode potential. Electrode potential. So electrode potential. So electrode potential, the electrical potential difference. Electrode potential means the electrical potential difference setup between setup between setup between metal electrodes, setup between metal electrodes and its solution, is called electrode potential, potential. Okay, so it is the tendency of an electrode, it is the measure of the tendency of an electrode in a half cell to gain or lose the electron. In other words, we can say that it is the tendency of an electrode in a half cell to gain or lose electrons. The electrode potentials can be of two types. On the basis of this, the electrode potentials can be classified into two, that is oxidation potential or oxidation electrode potential, which will be defined as the tendency of an electrode to lose electrons or to get oxidized is called its oxidation potential, is termed as its oxidation potential. So here it will be represented by metal solid or metal electrode. The potential or the tendency of the metal electrode to release the electron and to get oxidized itself, it will be termed as the oxidation potential. The measure of the tendency to release the electron, okay, it will be termed as the oxidation potential. For example, Zn solid releasing two electrons to form zinc ion, hydrogen, tendency of the hydrogen to release electron to form hydronium ion. Okay, so the tendency here, this tendency will be termed as the oxidation potential. Next is the reduction potential. Reduction potential. So reduction potential, the measure of tendency of of an electrode to gain electron or to get reduced is called its reduction potential, is called its reduction potential. Okay, so here the tendency of an ion to accept electrons to get reduced into metal solids. Okay, metal ions which are accepting electrons to get reduced into metal solids, they will be termed as they will be having the reduction electrode potential. Okay, so now the potential, okay, the potential here we can see that the potential, it is depending on the concentration of the ions in the solution. Okay, here we can observe that the potential is depending on the concentration of ions in the solutions. Okay, concentration of ions in the solution. So we adopt a standard as 1 mole of ions per liter of a solution is called as standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential, that potential which is having the potential which is produced, the electrode potential which is produced when 1 mole of ion of the metal ions is present in per liter of the solution, it will be termed as the standard electrode potential. So standard electrode potential is generally calculated by the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, it is generally calculated by using the standard hydrogen electrode, and the standard hydrogen electrode is having the electrode potential of nearly about 0. Okay, it is arbitrarily considered as 0. By using the standard hydrogen electrode, we can easily calculate the standard electrode potential for different metals. The next thing is the EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell or potential, cell potential. Okay, so EMF of the cell is equals to electrode potential of cathode minus electrode potential of anode. Okay, electrode potential of cathode minus electrode potential of anode. So it can be written like this also, that ER minus EL, that is E of the right hand side. Okay, electrode potential of the right hand side half cell can be subtracted from the electrode potential of the left hand side half cell to obtain the EMF of the cell. Generally, electron accepting tendencies of the metals electrode is more than that of the standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, generally it is observed that the reduction oxidation, okay, reduction potential, the reduction potential is greater than that of the standard hydrogen electrode potential. Okay, so hence the reduction potential is represented by a positive sign. It is represented by a positive sign. But in the case the electrode accepting electrons of the metals is lesser than that of the SH. Okay, so it means that the oxidation potential, okay, oxidation potential is lesser than that of the standard hydrogen electrodes potential. So for that, the electrons accepting tendency of the metal electrode is lesser than that of the SHE. Its standard reduction potential, okay, its standard reduction potential, that is the standard reduction potential, it will be termed as with a negative sign, while the standard oxidation potential, it will be termed with a positive sign. Okay, it will be termed with the positive sign. So here we can remember like this: the electrode at which reduction occurs with respect to standard hydrogen electrode, then their positive reduction potential will be there. Okay, in this case, when the reduction potential is greater than that of the SHE, then the reduction potential, standard reduction potential, it will be positive there. But when the oxidation potential is greater than that of the SHE, means the reduction potential is lower than that of the SHE, that is standard hydrogen electrode, then the standard reduction potential will be considered as negative. Okay, it will be considered as negative. So this is for today. We have discussed about the EMF of the cell. Okay, EMF of the cell, the standard hydrogen potential. Okay, like this we have discussed about the things. So after this, in the next class we are going to start the next chapter, that is the organic compound, general organic compound, the basic concept of the organic compounds. Okay, so today I have ended your oxidation chapter, that is redox reaction chapter, and we will continue with the next chapter in the next class. Thank you.